Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. Mic check. Check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Mic 1.
Uh, okay, I can cross out not here. I don't know who's been added. Do 115. Where's the roster that will be fielded? Will be fielded? A little bit north of Seattle, officially after city from there. Uh, so it basically anything that I got there, I want to so if they get lead, if they lose lead, if they go yeah, however you want to relay that. Yeah, I would like to try to do that if possible. We have PPO, but if we can confirm pivot, Jim, yeah, that's fine. Also, I haven't done a whole sport operation, so this could be learning for me. Uh, how are we doing jam timing? Are we just doing whistles and stuff like this? All right, so I'm in charge of timing. So if I forget to stop the jam, yeah, so yeah. There. I have normally been using my normal SEO guy keeps encouraging me to use that, and I understand it and need to learn it, but that's what I'm working on. Yeah, exactly. So, and we're all here to do best efforts for the yeah, so we got 3 Denver, 3 Boston.
How are you? Good to see you. Very glad you're here.
Everett, Washington. Okay, we've got these 6 skaters are from Denver and Wasatch, which is pretty scheduled. This game, 8 to 8 Leviticus.
Oh, I don't.
Sorry.
Here, this is an actual list. If you need to correct it. Yeah, 151. I don't know what that person's actual name is. Let me know. I think that's what it is. That person is not on any of these lists. So 51. Is it Beetle Kill? Is that correct?
That's the name that they gave me when I asked, but their jersey says I don't personally know the skater.
Okay.
They said they don't care.
They're not on any of these lists.
Yeah, I think they're probably a beacon skater or an alternate.
Okay.
I can grab a Denver coach.
All right. I don't know if you heard that, but. And it looks like we're getting ready for some roller derby. Everybody, anybody out there excited? Is anyone excited for roller derby? Few people are excited. Looks like the skaters are excited. I'm Lulu Guru, and I will be announcing this game. Thank you all for making it out here on an early Saturday morning.
Okay. Beetle Kill.
Okay. I don't have pronouns for anybody, so I don't know what I'm doing about that.
Oh, you don't have to person anyone's pro.
No, nope,
Okay.
no, and we're not really supposed to ask, so it's and we're not supposed to use they unless we know it's they. So like
So I can tell you number 30 is they now.
okay, good to know.
That's about it.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Looks like we're just finally finishing up the last few things that need to happen before we can get this game on the road. In this first game of this tournament, we do have Denver wearing dark blue going up against Mob City from Everett, Washington, wearing white. You may notice some different shirts. That's because we have a few other skaters from other leagues subbing in to help Mob City with this game. So let's hear it for all those skaters who are filling in. Really awesome of them, including skaters from Denver and I believe some skaters from Wasatch. Like to give a shout out to all the officials, non-skating officials, scorekeepers over here to my left, all the folks that are making this thing happen. And that's the whistle of anticipation. The 5-second warning of anticipation. And we have roller derby up first, skating for Mob City. We've got Apex Twin, number 1111, skating for Denver, Track Mamba. Track Mamba makes it out first. Lead Jammer, Track Mamba. Apex Twin out, but heading all the way to the penalty box already. First jam, first penalty box. Definitely up to an exciting start. 4 points for Denver. Track Mamba. Track Mamba finding an easy way around the outside, breaking through with another 4 points. And the pack stands still. Denver handily controlling that pack speed to give Track Mama a chance to get more. I do have a different name up on the wall, Jasminian Devil. So now I don't know who's actually skating. And another 4 points for Denver. Apex Twin dealing with the entire Denver pack there. Looking for a way through, getting recycled. Meanwhile, the Denver Jammer making it through again. Another 4 points. That's 24 points so far for Denver in this very first jam. "31 points for Denver. Big, big, big jam for Denver and Jasminian Devil. Hello Hitty out there wearing the star for Denver, going up against Slam Punk, jamming for Mob City. Hello Hitty breaking out first, lead jammer once again for Denver. Denver defense keeping Slam Punk way back at the back of the pack. Hello Hitty, lead jammer, picking up 4 points. And a successful star pass as Lunar takes a star. Hello Hitty calling off the jam. With another 7 points for Denver, 38 for Denver. Matasora now wearing the star for Mob City, going up against Waffles, number 666, jamming for Denver. Waffles gets through, but is not lead jammer. Mayasora doing their best. Waffles not lead, but does pick up 4 points. And another 4 points for Waffles. Another successful trip through the pack for Waffles. Dash heads to the penalty box, which means Mob is now down 1 member of their defense. Mysore getting recycled. And another 4 points for Waffles. Another trip through for Waffles. Another 4 points. And that's the end of the jam. Denver picking up 21 points that trip through for a total of 59. And an official timeout called. And back to roller derby. Now we have Track Mamba. I was wrong earlier, but now we have number 88 Track Mamba out there jamming for Denver. Breaking through first, lead jammer Track Mamba. Number 31 Trick or Treat has a successful helmet cover pass. Becomes jammer, but that jam was called off. 2 points for Denver. Total of 61. Apex Twin wearing the star for Mob City. Does look like Catacomb Bomb. Catatomic Bomb for Denver, and Catatomic Bomb breaks through first. Apex Twin playing a little bit of defense there, trying to keep Catatomic Bomb back. Denver laying on the defense, but Catatomic calls it off after 4 points and 1 trip through the pack. Got a couple of punks wearing stars. Sid Vicious going up against Slam Punk. Mob City fighting their defense, doing everything they can to keep Sid Vicious back. Sid Vicious finally does make it through, but not without quite a bit of work. Mob looks like they're fighting their groove. Slam Punk goes down at the apex, takes a few with her. Lots of strong defense happening right now, but Sid Vicious does make it through. Lead jammer, Sid Vicious. Lunar takes the star and is now jammer for Mob City. Mob City traveling all the way from Everett, Washington to be here this morning. Taking the star for Denver. Taking the star for Denver is Darth Skater. Going up against Maya Sora for Mob City. Darth Skater makes it through right off the line. Lead jammer. No time at all. Darth Skater successfully jumps over there up the apex. calls off the jam. Silent Beatrix wearing the star for Mob. Hello Hitty out there jamming for Denver. Jammers off the line. And Violet Beatrix pours on the speed, dealing with an entire wall of Denver up there at the front. Pushing, pushing, pushing. But Hello Hitty makes it through first. Lead jammer, Hello Hitty for Denver. Both jammers on the ground. Lunar heads to the penalty box. Number 911, Makeda wearing the star for Mob City, going up against Waffles, number 666. Both defensive teams. Makeda breaks through first lead jammer. Let's make some noise for Makeda, Mob City's first lead jammer of this game. Out there celebrating just a little bit. Makeda doing everything they can to break through. And with 4 points, Mob City is on the scoreboard. Makeda getting recycled. And finds an opening right on the inside. Steps right around Denver and picks up another 4 points. Another 4 points for Mob City. Makeda breaks through again. Another 4 points. Mob City pouring on the defense, taking Waffles down. Waffles makes it through on that first scoring run of this jam. Makeda having a lot of trouble. Mob City picking up 14 points. Denver 8 during that jam. Apex Twin wearing the star for Mob City, going up against number 88, Track Mamba for Denver. Track Mamba breaking through first, just slithers right through and picks up lead jammer. Finds an opening on the outside, skates right around on the inside up at the apex and calls off the jam with another 4 points for Denver. Catatonic Bomb wearing the star for Denver, going up against Slam Punk, jamming from Mob City. Catatonic Bomb finds a way on the outside, breaks through first, lead jammer. Denver. Slam Punk goes to the penalty box. That makes us a power jam for Denver. Denver calls it off with 4 points. Jasmine and Devil jamming for Denver. Slam Punk starting this jam in the penalty box. Jasmine and Devil fighting an easy route right through the middle. Picks up lead for Denver. Jazz juking and jiving right around those Mob City blockers. Makes it through for another point. 4 points. Jazz getting recycled by Dash. Jazz calls off the jam. Mysora showing up next to Darth Skater. Mob doing everything they can to keep Darth Skater back, but you cannot underestimate the power of the Darth side. Darth Skater breaks through first, lead jammer. Mayasora just hung up in a big knot of Denver. Finally finds a way around the outside, but gets sent out. Darth Skater calls off the jam. Another 4 points for Denver. Apex Twin lining up next to Sid Vicious. Jammer's off the line. Sid Vicious takes the inside line, breaks through first, lead jammer. Apex Twin breaking through as well. Denver picking up 2 points that trip through. Waffles lining up next to Escape Punk. Make that Slam Punk. Waffles up against Slam Punk. Slam Punk breaks through. Mob City does get lead jammer. Mob City has been working real hard. Slam Punk calls off the jam. Mob City 2 points, blocking out Denver on that jam. Phoenix lining up for Mob City, going up against Catatomic Bomb. First time that we've seen Phoenix jam. Phoenix gets recycled by number 23, Belladonna. Catatomic Bomb picking up lead. Denver gets 4 points on that jam. Track Mamba lining up now for Denver, going up against Apex Twin, number 25. Mob City do what they can to keep Track Mamba back. Track Mamba cannot be kept back. Slithers through. Lead jammer, Track Mamba. Track Mamba gets bounced around a little bit back there, but that works to their advantage. Pops through, calls off the jam. Four points for Denver. Slam Punk out there jamming for Mob City. Hella Destroyer jamming for Denver. First time we've seen Hella Destroyer out there. Hella Destroyer breaks through. Lead jammer. Jamming for Mob City, it's Dash. Going up against Jasminian Devil. Jasminian Devil getting recycled. Dash hung up in that quad pod there of Denver. Denver really pulling on the defense. And it looks like Jasminian Devil is heading to the penalty box. That makes us a power jam for Mob City if Dash can make it through. Dash looks for an opening, still hung up in the pack. Dash finds that opening on the inside at the apex and makes it through. Lead jammer for Mob City. Dash. That's the end of that jam. Mob City picking up 2 points. Nothing for Denver. Official timeout being called. Like to take this time to thank our sponsors, including the Pie Pizzeria, Utah's best pizza. They've been making amazing pizza for over 40 years. Check them out. Handmade pizza, salad, subs, and more. My favorite pizza is the smoked oyster. Also like to thank our sponsor, 187 Killer Pads. Roller derby pads that keep these knees and elbows safe. And we are back in roller derby. Makeda wearing the star from Mob City. Hello Hitty jamming for Denver. Cottonmouth giving Makeda a lot of trouble there at the back of the pack. But the pack falls apart. They have to move, but Cottonmouth just not giving Makeda any space. Makeda does break through now. Hello Hitty picks up the lead. Calls it off. Catatonic Bomb lining up next to Apex Twin. On the jam line. Jammers off the line. Catatonic Bomb getting recycled all the way back. Catatonic Bomb still manages to pick up lead jammer. Lead jammer for Denver. Apex Twin makes it through. And Catatonic Bomb calls off the jam. Looks like Violet Beatrix up against Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious finds an opening right on the inside. I don't think anybody even saw them coming. Sid Vicious calls off the jam. Picks up the lead. No points scored by either team. Taking the star for Denver, it's Star Skater. Going up against Slam Punk for Mob City. Star Skater uses some mind tricks there. Pops right through. Star Skater calls off the jam. No points. Jasmine Devil wearing the star for Denver. Slam Punk out there wearing the star for Mob City. Mob City really pouring on the defense, recycling Jasmine Devil all the way back to the jam line. Jasmine Devil finally makes it around. Mob City doing their darndest with the defense, but cannot keep Jasmine Devil back. Slam Punk making it through as well. Jasmine Devil calls off the jam. Another no-point jam. Phoenix taking the star from Mob City, going up against Waffles for Denver. Everybody lies on the floor for a little while, but Waffles makes it through. Maybe. Waffles actually takes a really excellent hip check for number 727. That's Fluttershy. Mob City doing everything to keep Waffles back. And Phoenix breaks through first. Lead jammer Phoenix for Mob City. Phoenix makes the apex jump. Goes down. Gets recycled. Waffles now through. Waffles on the scoring run. Phoenix calls off the jam. Mob City picks up 4 points, and we are at intermission. Please, during intermission, if you need to use the bathroom, please let the skaters and officials go ahead of you if you're using the inside bathrooms. And if you need your caffeine, we do have a coffee food truck outside called What the Cup. Go and get your caffeine on. Just because you're in Utah doesn't mean you can't caffeinate. It's a myth. It is a myth. We have lots of coffee here. What the Cup. I've clearly had enough caffeine this morning, which isn't going to stop me from having a little more. We'll see you back here in about 13 and a half minutes for more roller derby as Mob City continues to fight Denver. Any important information I should know? a fever, there's a pretty good chance of COVID. Yeah. I've had so many vaccines. Just so y'all know, you know. Not what?
That's why they were getting through the package on getting through the package on right. I thought it was 125 minimum and 25 for the cap. Below 25. Well, she called it multiple times.
Yeah, and one of the
I don't know.
I get it.
Well, the only question I have is, I think what happened is they got the research. But the question is, were they actually did they use it? Or did we misinterpret?
I don't know. I mean, it's only like maybe 4 points that they're different, but still. Yeah. I mean, usually what I've seen is when cameras have gone off and yeah. And it's just about time to get back to this roller derby bout. Just a quick note that the What the Cup truck out there also has enormous burritos, and they're going to be here until about 1:30 or later if they're busy. So don't sleep on it. Go get your burrito between games. And your caffeine. If you need more caffeine, because I do. A whistle of anticipation. Makata wearing the star from Mob City, going up against Darth Skater for Denver. Darth Skater gets sent out slightly. Makata dealing with practically the entire Denver defense. Darth Skater does a little pirouette, breaks through first. Lead jammer, Darth Skater. Darth Skater picking up 4 points for Denver. Lunar takes a star, but Darth Skater calls off the jam. No points for Mob City. Apex Twin jamming now for Mob City, going up against Jasminian Devil. Number 1111 from Denver. Jasminian Devil getting a little bit of trouble, but makes it through first. Lead jammer for Denver. Jasmine Devil calls off the jam. Fatal Error wearing the star now for Mob City, going up against Catatomic Bomb. Fatal Error getting recycled by number 23. Good defense being played by number 23, Belladonna. Doing a great job keeping Fatal Error back. Track Mama, number 88. Going up against Slam Punk, number 99. Track Mama ripples those scales and slides right through. Lead jammer, Track Mama. Successful star pass to Lunar, number 828. Denver calls off the jam. No points picked up by Mob City. Phoenix wearing the star from Mob City, going up against Hello Hitty. Hello Hitty picking up lead jammer. And Denver calls off the jam just before Phoenix hits the pack. No points picked up by Mob City. Denver with 4. Wearing the star for Mob, it's Dash going up against Sid Vicious for Denver. Cottonmouth doing excellent blocking, but apparently a little too overzealous, heading to the penalty box. Cottonmouth for Denver. Meanwhile, Sid Vicious picking up 4 points on that trip through. Trick or Treat successfully takes the star. Now jamming for Mob. Trick or Treat dealing with number 23, Belladonna. But Trick or Treat picks up 4 points. Twilight late on the hits on Sid Vicious. Belladonna heading back to the penalty box again. Pack falls apart. Mob City picks up 8 points. 20 points for Denver, and Denver requests a timeout. Like to thank a few of our sponsors, including Derby Warehouse and Dick's Sporting Good, giving us the Dick's Sporting Good gave Wasatch Junior Roller Derby a nice donation. Big thank you to Dick's Sporting Goods. And of course, if you love this big, beautiful Derby Depot we had, sad news, we will be losing it at the end of June. But if you can help find us a new space, that'd be awesome. Any leads, any ideas, need a big warehouse space, please contact your local league board if you have any ideas on where we can make our next home. Now an official timeout called. Looks like we've got medics out. Looks like Belladonna is going to head over to the medic chairs, get checked out. Very important that we keep our skaters safe. Apex Twin going up against Waffles. Waffles getting recycled way back by number 15. That's Bella Bomblet. Mob City does break through first. Lead jammer. Apex Twin. Not to be outdone. Waffles also on a scoring run. Apex Twin calls off the jam. 2 points for each team. Mysora wearing the star for Mob City, going up against Painbow for Denver. First time we've seen Painbow jam this game. Jammers off the line. Rainbow dealing with a wall of number 31. That's Trick or Treat. Mob City does break through. Maya Sora breaking through first. Lead Jammer. Maya Sora. Maya tangles a little bit with Darth Slater. Goes down, but back up. Maya Sora finds an opening on the inside and calls off the jam. Picking up 4 points for Mob City. 1 for Denver. Slam Punk jamming for Mob City. Going up against Cottonmouth. Denver Jammer. Cottonmouth busting through like nobody even saw them coming. Lead Jammer. Cottonmouth, Slam Punk hot on their heels. Cottonmouth does some fancy footwork there and calls off the jam. Makeda wearing the star from Mob City, going up against Garth Skater. Darth Skater uses those Sith mind tricks again, breaks through. Lead Jammer, Darth Skater. Makeda breaking through as well. Darth Skater calls off the jam. Rainbow Bomber jamming for Denver. Up against Trick or Treat jamming for Mob City. Trick or Treat gets recycled a couple of times there. Having quite a bit of trouble with that Denver pack. Rainbow Bomber being held back by Mob City. Seeing good defense from both teams on this jam. Both teams now with a full pack. Rainbow Bomber gets recycled all the way back by number 44. Successful far pass. Apex Twin now jamming from Mob City. Apex Twin twice at Apex jump, but does not make it. Just gonna hang out at turn 1 for the entire jam. That's the end of the jam. Mob picked up 3 points that time. Looks like Catatonic Bomb going up against Violent Beatrix. Catatonic Bomb takes a big fall, but makes it back up and becomes lead jammer. Denver. Catatonic Bomb. Violet Beatrix taking a big hit up at the apex. Gets recycled. Not sure what happened to that pack. Catatonic Bomb makes it through, picks up 4 points, and calls off the jam. Waffles toe in the line for Denver. Up against Slam Punk. Wearing the star for Mob. Slam getting recycled by number 811, Cottonmouth. Waffles breaks through first. Lead jammer, Denver. Mob City doing all their defense to keep Waffles back. Waffles hanging on by a thread. Waffles calls it off. Jasminian Devil up against Phoenix. It's about halfway through the second half. Jasminian Devil finds an opening on the inside, breaks through, lead jammer, Jasminian Devil for Denver. Jasminian Devil calls off the jam. Denver picking up 4 points. Nothing for Mob. Shrek Mamba jamming for Denver, going up against Fatal Error for Mob. Shrek Mamba, lead jammer. Makeda up against Darth Skater. Darth Skater finds your lack of skate disturbing. Jimmers off the line. Darth Skater finds an opening on the inside. Breaks through in the seconds. Lead jammer, Darth Skater for Denver. Darth Skater calls off the jam with 4 points for Denver. Sid Vicious going up against Trick or Treat. Sid Vicious breaks through first. Lead jammer. Denver. Sid Vicious calls off the jam. Denver now over 200 points on the scoreboard. Apex Twin wearing the star from Mob City up against Catatomic Bomb, number 22. Apex Twin gets recycled, but number 2, Rainbow Bomber. Catatomic Bomber calls it off. Shuts out Mob City. Mayasora now wearing the star. Up against El Diablo. First time jamming this game. El Diablo putting some power. Mayasora breaks through first, lead jammer. Mayasora for Mob City. Mayasora looking for the assist. Calls it off. Before El Diablo can reach the pack. 2 points for Mob City, 0 for Denver. Phoenix jamming for Mob up against Waffles for Denver. Phoenix gets sent back, recycled by number 23, Belladonna. Waffles handling that wall of Mob City. And Phoenix finds an opening on the inside. Lead jammer, Phoenix for Mob City. Denver bitch screaming for Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. Fatal error heading to the penalty box. Leaves Mob City 1 down. Looks like Denver also losing a skater to the penalty box. And Mob City down a second blocker as Fluttershy heads to the penalty box. Leaves Phoenix breaks through and picks up 4 points. 1 for Denver. Two for Denver. Light pack out there as several skaters are starting this jam in the penalty box. Mars Bars jamming for Denver up against Slam Punk from Mob City. Mars Bars does break through first. Lead jammer for Denver. Mars Bars. Mars bars gets recycled. Denver picks up 4 points. Seven, excuse me. Denver picks up 7 points. Mayasura wearing the star from Mob City up against Hello Hitty for Denver. Hello Hitty breaks through first lead jammer. Denver. Mayasura hung up in the middle of the pack. Hello Hitty makes it through. Little pirouette calls off the jam with 4 points. 4 points for Denver. Track Mamba on the line for Denver up against Trick or Treat for Mob. Trick or Treat makes it through first. Lead jammer, Trick or Treat. Jammer's neck and neck. Mob City calls it off. Jamming for the first time in this bout, it's Barracuda for Denver up against Apex Twin. Barracuda getting recycled by number 828. That's Lunar. But Barracuda makes it through first. Lead jammer, Barracuda. Barracuda takes a big hit up at the apex. Barracuda picks up 4, calls off the jam. Fatal error number 202, jamming from Mob City up against Waffles, number 666 for Denver. Fatal takes a big hit up at the top of the apex there. Gets recycled by number 44. The pack's starting to just fall apart, and they have got to let Waffles go through. Lead jammer Waffles for Denver. Fatal heads to the penalty box. power jam for Denver as Fatal is in the penalty box. That's the end of the jam. There's about a minute left, and a timeout is being called. Once again, if you need your caffeine, go check out What the Cup food truck. They've got excellent, huge burritos, a whole lot of different kinds of drinks, including some of those like Dr. Pepper type drinks with coconut in them that Utah is so proud of. What the Cup outside. They'll be here until about 1 or 1:30, unless they get real busy, in which case they'll stay. If you're going to be here in Salt Lake City on March 28th, BSR has a home team game, March 28th. And Wasatch Junior Roller Derby will be playing in the Fontana tournament in Fontana March 28th and 29th. I don't know where Fontana is, but apparently it's not here. Jasmine and Devil lining up against Apex Twin. Jasmine and Devil breaks through first. We're almost straight off the line. Picks up lead jammer. Jasmine and Devil gets recycled. Apex Twin breaks through. Jasmine and Devil calls off the jam with 4 points. 4 more for Denver. Track Mamba lighting up against Mayasora. Jammers off to the line in this last jam of this game. Mayasora goes down hard on the inside. Track Mamba picking up lead jammer. Track Mamba looking for a hole, makes it through. 4 more points for Denver. As Track Mamba jukes and jives right through this pack. Track Mamba gets recycled by number 15. Track Mamba breaks through for another 4 points, calls up the jam, and that is the end of this first game of this tournament weekend. Give a few seconds while they get the final score worked out. Coming up to the line, you can smack hands with these amazing skaters. Final score, Denver 251, Mob City 46 hard-fought points. Make some noise for Mob City all the way from Everett, Washington. This was a rough game for them, but they played with all their hearts. Give them some love. Playing with half their skaters still sitting in Washington. Borrowing skaters from other leagues so that they could get through this game. And what a game it was for them. And now make some noise and give some love to Denver. And for Utah Roller Derby, I'm Lulu Guru. We'll see you here again at 12:30 for more roller derby. Correction, we'll see you at 1:30 for more roller derby.
That's too bad.